Do you cook for your family and see yourself tasting their food until you get to the bottom of the pot? Do you stress eat and then light into his Beyond Meat burger stash in the freezer? Does she fry, bake, or sizzle around you and then the aroma feels like a full-on assault of your raw vegan psyche? Then this video is for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Raw Vegan Food Diet with another important video. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, I just want to get right into the topic. This is about haters or perceived haters, basically. Is your husband, is your wife that is a non-raw vegan, or your children, are they haters? Actually, no, they're not haters. It does feel like that, especially sometimes when you're just starting something new. You feel you need the support. You want people around you to be doing similar things to what you're doing and what you're, embarking on your path. But sometimes that community is not the people, your loved ones, it's not the people in your family or the people that your roommates are around you. Sometimes you have to go out and seek a community, or you have to be that community for yourself. Sometimes, I wouldn't say worst case scenario, but sometimes you just really have to focus on yourself. And sometimes you have to not participate in certain things with people. So what am I speaking about in particular? So there are various situations where you may feel that pressured, basically, to compromise on your raw vegan path. And a lot of those situations are, you feel like you're in a living situation where a lot of people are doing different types of diets and it's not raw vegan. And maybe you're at a beginning stage, or you're at a vulnerable stage in life. Maybe you're having a lot of stress and you comfort eat or you stress eat. And that's really what I'm getting into next. It's not that people are haters. They expose the weakness that's within you. It's a great opportunity to actually strengthen your resolve. But the solution to this is, one, learn your triggers. So say you are cooking for children. Maybe they can't cook for themselves and you're cooking for children. And you and your partner, or you as the caretaker, has decided that maybe a cooked vegan diet is best for them. And so you go about preparing the meal, but it's not your meal, it's for them. But the old self in you doesn't really see it as that, because you're so stressed out. You might just see yourself tasting, then you taste again, and you taste again, so you're at the halfway down the pot. That's why it's very important to learn your triggers. So if one, you're a stress eater, and that could even be aromas in the air. Maybe you're at a carnival, or maybe you're even just downtown, or whatever the case is, and you smell the steakhouse, seasonings or whatever, and you smell different, stir-fried smells in the air, and that makes you want to just consume. You will have to be honest with yourself in that moment, actually, and remind yourself that, wow, okay, I always seem to go for these types of food when I feel this type of way. And you're gonna have to find other ways to deal with the stress other than eating or consuming food. If you feel like, hey, I don't have a therapist, I don't have a friend to speak to, maybe I can't get to the gym, whatever your mind, negotiates and tries to tell you that you have to consume this thing because the stress is too great in your life at the moment, just test yourself. Eat the thing. Go get the thing. Eat the thing. See if it makes you feel better. See for how long it makes you feel better. And then maybe give it a day, maybe to 3 days, and see if you get any blowback from eating that. Now, the great news is if you get any type of blowback, whether it's a physical feedback, which is negative, or mental feedback that's negative, or you just feel not so high vibing anymore, remember that. Put an asterisk next to that. So the next time you feel any type of stress, it will be like a habit forming. Like, oh, every time I feel some type of stress and I don't know how to deal with it, and instead of going and speaking to someone or doing some de-stressing activity, I consume. So you know this, it's a long story, but you know, it's shorter in your brain. And okay, I see the habit is trying to fulfill itself right now. I see the soft ice cream truck or whatever the case is. The nostalgia is kicking in because I want that comfort from when I was little, whatever the case is. I see my mouth is watering and I just want to hurry up, get my credit card. I just want to hurry up and just shove it down my gullet, you know, so I could feel loved and, you know, calm and whole. Stop right there. Just recognize it. And then remember back, when you consumed the thing, how did you feel? Now you have a very, I would say, panoramic view of the choice that you're gonna make. You already know the outcome, most likely, that it's gonna be negative. It might not be right now, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but in 3 days from now I have a backache. Now I've kicked up a toothache, or whatever happens, you know, so that you can marry that negative outcome to the action, and so you can stay on your raw vegan path. The second thing that can help you from not thinking of the people around you as haters and basically to stay on your own raw vegan path is to realize that everyone's path looks different. And even your path looks different at different times, in different eras in your life. Some people seem to thrive on cooked food, or they feel that they do. And if they don't, it's not really our business. So that would be the second thing to do, is just mind your business. Whatever somebody is shoving down their throat, that's their business and that's their choice. Now, unless they specifically ask you, man, you look good, or man, you don't have that pain anymore, you used to complain. What do? I don't feel the need to share any diet knowledge with anybody. I'm figuring out life on my own. I'm doing me, and I'm thriving doing me. And if I wasn't thriving and I'm at that stage where I'm open, I would look at anybody else's diet and say, man, what exactly are you doing? And I would ask. So it's about learning how to mind your business, learning that you deserve to have your own path and they deserve to have their own path, and not comparing the two. Another thing that can help you stay on your raw vegan path is to basically stop cooking for people. That may be a little tricky. Maybe you cook for your loved ones, like maybe your caretaker, and for an elderly person, or maybe they're on a special diet and that's what they want, or whatever the case is. I have my limits, so I will not, and almost feel like I cannot, cook animal products. If it's vegan, sometimes, different times of the month, I just cannot see or cook any type of cooked food for any of my loved ones or guests or anything like that. So that's when I say you have to get creative and you have to outsource. You have to call the Uber Eats or the DoorDash or somebody, like, come get them, because you know, that's not my job. Now, it's my job perhaps to take care of my kids, but we gotta outsource. And do not get that pot, get that sizzle, get that oil, start frying up, and then start smelling those aromas, and then decide, oh man, I'm in jail. I hate these people. You know, why did they make me cook for them? You know, and it's a choice. I really feel like it's a choice. Just remember that your health journey matters as well as theirs, and you're in control of your health journey. And whatever you can't change in people, if they don't want to be on board with your diet, that's fine. But you have to put your foot down in certain areas. Now, you know, based on, you know, the people you're dealing with, how deep you can go, how much pushback they'll give you, or whatever the case is. But you are important. Your health is important. The way you feel is important, and you have to prioritize that. And if doing something is knocking you off your highest vibe, you got to leave it up to the universe to say, hey, I'm doing the best that I can. I just don't want to do this. Not even that I can't do it. I don't want to fry chicken. I don't want to boil rice, or whatever the case is. Like, I know too much now, and when I'm giving it to somebody, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm doing my best to bless the food, that it does them well, whatever they want to, whatever they program it to do in their body for them. But sometimes you have this knowledge in your mind and you're like, look, you don't even really want me around your food, because I'm thinking your gut is blocked up and everything. Like, you don't want me putting that into your food, like that movie, I forgot what it is. I think it's Simply Irresistible, where the woman was cooking and basically all the emotions and thoughts that she had was going into the food. And when she served the food, the guy that was receiving the food actually felt all of her feelings. So I'm a spiritual person, and a lot of times I feel that, is this relationship even going to work? Sometimes when it's even a cooked vegan person or a non-vegan person. And it just depends on the openness. If people are willing to just listen and hear you, that's great. And I work on myself every day and just listening and hearing people and where they're at, where they're coming from, because I definitely was not born raw vegan. So I understand stages. And we do our best to love and support the people around us, but is that at the expense of our own health? And I will leave that up to you to judge. And that's basically all I have to say on the topic. And I hope this helps, and I hope you learn your triggers, and I hope you prioritize yourself and mind your business efficiently and effectively, so that you can continue, or you can reach this high flying vibe that you set yourself on when you decided that I am raw vegan. So I love you guys, and thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, share, and also subscribe to this channel for more uplifting, up-leveling information for your health and wealth journey. So I will see you again. Bye.